Hello and welcome to Blossom Sandwich Sews. My name is Yvette and today I'm going to be talking about the Sew Recreate the Look challenge and my plans for what I want to make. So starting off with what I'm wearing, this is one of my previous Sew Recreate the Look outfits. I'll put in a picture. So this is the recreation of my Easter bonnet parade dress that I wore as a toddler. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you did Easter bonnet parade as a thing or whether that was like a niche thing that I did and everyone's like, what are you on about? But yeah, I kind of self-drafted this dress, did a little collar, and it's really cute. I love wearing it, especially in the autumn, even though it is June in the UK. Well, it's June everywhere, but I mean, it's supposed to be summer in the UK. It's not very summery, so yeah, still get some more wear out of the autumn makes. So first off, I'll tell you just a little bit about the challenge. So Recreate the Look is run by Jen of Jen Legtees Creative and Charlene of So Dressmaking, and they've run this challenge for 4 years now. So they've been doing it the same amount of time as I've been doing So Fruity, and it's really exciting to have challenges run by people that you know in the community and be able to support their work as well. So the challenge is basically to recreate something that you've been inspired by, whether that's on the high street or designer looks, or in my case, things that I've worn before. So yeah, you make something that's inspired by something that you've seen and then post your reveal on the 29th or 30th of June, just to give everyone a little bit more time to get their makes out. But I'll put a link in the description to Jen and Charlene's posts on Instagram so that you can find out more about the challenge if you fancy joining in. So just before I talk about the project that I want to make, I wanted to thank you guys for your comments on my previous video with my So Fruity plans for the suggestion of the, I want to say it's S907, the simplicity pattern, which would have been perfect for me to do a recreate the look of the original dress that was made in the dead stock fabric, my fruity fabric. So thank you for that suggestion. It's a really nice pattern, so I'll definitely bear that one in mind. Might have to add it to my pattern wish list on Stash Hub. But yeah, thank you for that suggestion. That was a great idea. But you'll be pleased to know I am cracking ahead with my hazel plan for my fruity fabric. So I'm excited to show that to you. I have managed to cut it out because that was one of the uncertainties with that project where it might not work out. But yeah, I've cut out my hazel dress, so I'll keep you updated about that one as well, and go and check out my previous video if you don't know what I'm on about now. So this is the dress that I want to recreate. It's another dress from a time in my life, but this time not from when I was a baby or a toddler. This is the dress that I wore for my engagement photo shoot. So these are some pictures from my engagement shoot, and I really loved this dress. I wore it loads, like before and after this photo shoot, but unfortunately I can't wear it anymore because it doesn't fit me. So I've been thinking, oh, it would be so lovely to like still have that dress and still be able to wear it. And then last year in December, I went shopping on Goldhawk Road with some lovely ladies from Surrey Sews. So Surrey Sews now has an Instagram account, by the way. So I'll put that link in the description as well. But yeah, that was really fun. That was my first time going to Goldhawk Road. And I think it was one of the first shops we went to, like maybe even the first shop. I think it was called Tony Fabrics. We went in and I was just sort of casually rummaging through bolts, like just thinking, yeah, I'll just have a look. And then I saw this fabric, and this is the exact same fabric of that dress. Like, no joke, it's exactly the same. I'll try and do like a side by side so you can see, but because I love that dress so much and I wore it so much, I instantly recognized it and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. And then I was like thinking, oh, how much shall I get? I was like, okay, I'm gonna get 2.5 meters, and then there was 2.6 meters left on the bolt, and I was like, clearly this was meant to be. So then I was just buzzing throughout that whole like rest of the shopping trip, like, can't believe I got this fabric. What are the chances of finding the exact same fabric of a dress that I bought probably like 8 years ago? So yeah, I couldn't believe it, honestly. So then I've had this fabric then in my stash since December, and I always knew that I wanted to recreate that dress. So yeah, the Sew Recreate the Look challenge is a great opportunity to actually get round to doing that. That's one of my favorite things about sewing challenges, is that it can inspire you to make things that you already kind of had on your plans list, because the deadline gives you something to work towards, and you've got that slight bit of motivation of the prize draw if they're doing prizes. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get this fabric and this plan sewn up in the month of June, so that I can enter it for the Sew Fruity, the not So Fruity, that's my challenge, the Sew Recreate the Look challenge, before the end of the month. So to let you know a little bit more about what my plan is, first I need to talk about the original dress. So you might not have been able to see it too much in those engagement photos, but what I did do was reverse Google image search pictures of me in the dress, and I managed to find on Pinterest like a sort of product shot of the actual dress that, you know, like that the shop listing would have, so that you can see the details a bit better. So I'll put that up here. So it's got a fitted sleeveless bodice, and then kind of an A-line skirt that's got pleats, and it's got side seam pockets as well, and a V-neck on the back, which you can't see. This picture's just the front, but it had a V back and an invisible zip. So immediately I've got a perfect pattern to recreate this, and that is the Betty dress from Sew Over It. So I have made this pattern a few times, and I've made some tweaks as well to get it to fit me really well. So I had a couple of issues, like the back was gaping, so I sort of made a dart and then rotated that out. I followed a really good tutorial for that. I can't remember who it was by, but I'll put a link to that in the description if you have made the Betty dress and found you need to do some fit adjustments. But yeah, I've already done lots of fitting on the Betty, and then all I'm going to need to do is swap out the Betty circle skirt and just do like a rectangle skirt and add pleats at the waist instead of the circle skirt. So I've made even though I've made the Betty dress a few times, I've never actually made it with the circle skirt. I've always done either like a gathered skirt or a pleated skirt, just because like sometimes I'm using a directional fabric, and if you do a circle skirt, your print goes upside down on some of it, or if I just don't have quite enough fabric, because circle skirts do take a lot of fabric. So that's my plan. So I've already got my Betty pattern traced out and adjusted and everything ready, so I just need to do a little bit of maths to figure out how I'm going to do the pleats, because I'd really like the pleats to line up with the waist darts, because I think that just gives it that like extra polished touch. So yeah, I just need to figure out, you know, how wide is the skirt going to be, and then, you know, how big I'm going to make the pleats. I believe there'll be inverted box pleats where the bulk of the fabric is behind, but yeah, that's one of those things where it could be inverted, it could be regular box pleats, but you know, just a general box pleats that I'm planning to do for this skirt. So hopefully it won't be too difficult to sew this up, because it's a pattern that I've made before. This fabric is just a cotton, I think kind of like a cotton poplin, so it's going to be lovely and stable to sew. I have been to my local hobby craft to pick up threads and a zip, and I've gone for this kind of beigey background colour, even though you can't see that much of it, but I thought that would just sort of blend in for the bits where I'm doing the top stitching. So yeah, that is my plan for Sew Recreate the Look, and hopefully I'll be able to get that finished this month.